I'm Laura with Embodied Style, and typically on this channel we talk about your relationship with your personal style and really embodying that fluid, dynamic person that is you. And I'm going to talk about something a little different today. I almost didn't want to talk about anything. I wanted to completely shut down for a while because perhaps like many of you, I've been diving into the rabbit hole of what's going on with the Epstein files. And there is a certain, of course, level of responsibility that comes with obtaining that knowledge and understanding what's happening. It's not a huge surprise to me. Maybe for some of you, you've been tracking this for a while, and one of my earliest exposures to this sort of network was following Teal Swan about a decade ago, and she was very open about her experiences with trafficking where she grew up in Utah. And I remember, like, I believed her, but also was like, how does this happen? Or, at one point, could she just run to the police and say, this is happening, look, it's these people right here, and they say, oh my gosh, and they rush in and arrest those people because they're harming children, and like, how did this happen? So naive. And then Kaya Ra is another spiritual teacher I follow who's been very open about her experiences. She's not super detailed, understandably, but about being part of an elite trafficking ring as a child. Now, both of these women have transmuted that pain into the most beautiful gift they can give to humanity, which is the gift of their healing, their grace, their sovereignty. And so we have examples of people that have gotten to the other side of this, and thank God for that we can see those examples, because it's dark. And I went down this rabbit hole over the past several days, learning like who is implicated in this, who is involved, and that knowledge can be helpful. Like, who do I need to unfollow on their platforms? Who do I need to be aware of? Don't take what they say at face value, and shift my actions and behaviors based on the information that I'm learning. And that's valuable, and we have that responsibility as citizens. And then the next step can be something more involved, more fierce, more ferocious. Are we, for you, if it's protesting, if it's using your platform to speak out, if it's volunteering at a domestic violence shelter, like, what can you do to be part of the solution? But I think what needs to come first, and the step that we often skip that brings us into despair, is we go down the rabbit hole and we do it beyond the point of it being informational. We sink, and we maybe justify it by saying, I need to be an informed citizen, and then we talk to our friends about it and we sink down together, and we bring ourselves into this low frequency where we no longer have the resources in us to be part of the solution. And that is right where they want you. They want you in despair, feeling helpless, feeling angry, and not knowing where to place, what to do with that rage. And I usually avoid going down these rabbit holes because I know this. I stopped letting Trump rage bait me years ago. He's just trolling at this point, you guys. And I went there over the past few days. And it was dark. I was starting to disassociate from the people around me, the people that love me, my husband, my children, feeling angry and sad and frustrated. Like, I don't even want to post content anymore. Like, what am I going to say right now when all this is happening? And again, right where they want you. I'm completely exploitable in that state. So I said, what do I need to do right now? Regardless of how much more information I absorb in the future to learn more about what's happening, what can I do now? And I started, of course, I've affected my algorithm now, so all these videos are going to keep popping up. And so let me go back to some of the people that I follow that bring me back to center. And that's the two women that I mentioned, is people like Erin Lyons, who is an absolute baddie who was on Wall Street for years and was channeling messages from source, and her channel is just fantastic. And some meditation channels, and I'm going to put links below to the people that I follow that are uplifting, are in their sovereignty, are part of the solution. So I think there's this misunderstanding that if somebody is bringing light, that they're oblivious or they're head in the clouds, like you need to be dark and sad and serious to be making a difference. And I think, again, that's right where they want us. And you can be sad and grieve, but still be in a high frequency where you're part of the solution. So that whatever you decide to do in terms of civic duties, I believe the one thing we can all start doing now is regaining our sovereignty so that we are not exploitable, so that we are not in a low frequency that is in despair, that doesn't have the resources to be part of the solution. So I'm going to start today resetting myself and doing what I need to do to get back into that high frequency so that I can then be part of the movement that is coming. Because this has all been happening. This didn't start happening now. This has been happening for a long time, arguably since the beginning of history. We are on the edge of a movement to bringing this to light and healing it, and we need to be ready for it. We need to be in our personal power. So check out some of these links below, start following some of these women, unfollow those other people that have been implicated and no longer have wisdom for you and maybe never did. And let's start this internal revolution right now.